going on this weekend. A big deal is going on Sunday. But should the Super Bowl be held on Saturday instead of Sunday? Over 70,000 people seem to think so because they've signed a petition to move the game up by 24 hours. What do you think? Should this happen?
This is outrageous. It's simply outrageous. What's next? Christmas in July, Easter in December. This is a non-official holiday. You're gonna throw the whole universe off kilter.
Just by one day?
Yes, absolutely.
There's very specific
You're
reasons.
very passionate.
I'm with you on that. Like, I feel like there's a very specific reason. Like, they've been holding, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is that NFL has been having Super Bowl on Sundays since the 1920s, and for a very specific reason. High school, this is a very American reason as well, but the high school games are Friday nights, like football games. College games are on Saturdays, and the NFL is on Sundays. That's just the way it's been done for, 100 years.
I didn't even know all that, and I still think Sunday. Sunday.
But the thing is that, like, I feel like for many people, it's like church. It's like people who love this game. It's a ritual. It's something you do on Sundays. And the other thing is that for ratings, like, the Super Bowl is notoriously, amazingly rated every single year. So there's no incentive for the broadcasters, for sure, to change the game when consistently they have produced 9 out of the 10 most watched television shows in history.
But you know what else
Why
is
would you
broken
be able to
histories?
move it?
But I think that's not just specifically for the Super Bowl, but it is for all the reasons that you said. But any massive sporting event is happening on a Sunday. Think of anything, whether it's tennis finals, whether it's Olympics. Do you know what the most watched thing is on Canadian television in the history of Canadian television? Anybody take a guess? The Golden Goal, Sidney Crosby's 2010 game. Guys, 80% of Canadians, 80% of us watched some or all of that game. And it was on a Sunday by design. Obviously, all the stars aligned. We were against the U.S. and we won. So anything of note, and I will say it's actually sexist. If you actually tried to move the Super Bowl to a Saturday, you would have men in numbers we have never seen before revolting. Because it is religious. It's like as close to a religious experience as you're gonna get. I called my husband. I called my husband and I said, so babe, like, what if the Super Bowl was on a Saturday? Before I even finished the sentence, he's like, no. And he also said, people are busy. It's a fact of life. We're busy if you've got kids, if you've got families, you're running around doing stuff on Saturday.
But you would
Sunday's
prefer it on
the day
Saturday.
of God and Sunday. Now, that's my husband's.
Yeah.
As the wife of a football fan, heck, it should be moved to Saturdays. We pay the consequences for our household getting taken over by football almost every Sunday, but certainly on Super Bowl, because not only is he going to be waking up on Monday, oh my gosh, I had like no sleep, what a game, and then, but it's that the rest of the family also suffers. You think Marquez is going to bed early? That game sometimes goes until 10 or 11, and she'll be the one screaming, can we go to bed now? And she's got to go to school the next day. I've got to go to work. And listen, lost productivity, 17 million Americans call in sick Super Bowl Monday, which is known as Super Sick Monday.
No, never mind that. 1.25 billion chicken wings are eaten. 8 million pounds of guacamole, 28 million pounds of chips. Argue against that.
Those are really interesting statistics. I don't know that they relate to being eaten specifically on Sunday. Like,
You just don't understand. It's
you
obvious.
you just said that this is the highest rated program. So I think that if they put it on Saturday, it's not like no one would watch the Super Bowl on Saturday. People would then just organize their plans around Super Bowl Saturday.
I don't know.
Yes, they would.
I would actually argue people might actually make more money if you held it on a Saturday, or at least businesses would. So many people have Super Bowl viewing parties at home because it's just more comfortable. But if you told me it's moving to a Saturday, now I'm planning a whole night out. We're gonna book out the back of a sports pub. There could actually be an economic argument to make this on a Saturday, because you'll make some dough.
I wish that it's not just sporting events too. It's entertainment events. Like, have you noticed that the Oscars are on a Sunday, the Grammys are on a Sunday,
Yeah.
the Golden Globe, right? And those shows, they can never stay to time. Like, at least at sporting events, there's a clock. Once the clock runs out, the game's over.
Unless it's soccer.
Right?
Unless it's soccer.
But at the Oscars, they promise 3 hours, we know this, and they never stick to 3 hours, so it's always over close to midnight. Then we all have to get up the next morning and talk with the Oscars. I have to write about the Oscars. We have to file our stories. The Oscars is always an all-nighter for a ton of us.
Well, that should
if
be
the Oscars could be on a Saturday, I don't understand. People go to the movies on Saturdays. Why not have the award show about movies on